La marca japonesa Nissan invitó a la prensa automotriz al local del LMNT Arts en Miami para presentar los 4 modelos renovados de sus crossovers: la Nissan Pathfinder, la Nissan Murano, la Nissan Rogue y el pequeño Juke. Para esto nos visitó el señor Steve Parrett, manager de la sección de la oficina de comunicaciones del Southeast, del South Central, y tuvo la amabilidad de explicarnos las novedades en esta línea Nissan.
South Florida and hang out with my family in South Florida, and I tell people that when I'm coming down here, coming down to see my family. Always enjoy coming down here, and I tell you what, it's a lot warmer down here. It's like 50 degrees in Nashville now, so I'm loving this. And it's been like 1 degree in Nashville this winter, and I was ready to fly south, let me tell you. But listen, so glad you could be here. We're excited about this lineup, and that's why we brought it here to you. This CUV lineup of the Rogue, the Murano, behind you the Pathfinder, and the Juke Nismo, doing phenomenally well. In fact, the Murano, we brought it out, we released it in December. Sales are up 28% calendar year to date on the Murano, and I believe on the Rogue, which we brought out last year, sales are up 20% calendar year to date on the Rogue. If you haven't driven this one, or either one of them, or any of them, you got to drive them. Pathfinder, I think sales are up 13% calendar year to date, and the Juke Nismo, I mean, it's fantastic. So we brought them here for you to drive, and hopefully you'll get a chance to get into all of them and take them out for a nice, I think we've got a nice 10-12 minute route for you to take them out and enjoy them. I want to introduce a couple of people. Claudia Alonso, right over here, the lovely and talented Claudia Alonso, has got a wonderful collection of jewelry here. She is a celebrity designer. We had her join us for a blade glider event. Y'all saw the blade glider at the Christmas party, the holiday party. Well, she's come back again and is wowing us with some of her designs inspired by this collection here. So you'll be able to take some of these. Am I right, Claudia? Oh, okay, good. I didn't want to say that. You'll be able to take some of these home, and I think Nacho, I think you'll look good in some of these necklaces over here. So
I got it. Okay.
Yeah, he's already picked his out. But Claudia will talk to you here in just a second. But I want to introduce, and I think some of you have met Scott Gordy. Scott is our senior manager of marketing with Nissan, and this is his baby right here. He's helped birth this baby. So I'm going to let him talk about the Murano. He can also talk a little bit about the other products, but I wanted to talk about this, and I know we're running out of time. I'm going to get you on the road driving some of these things, but I'm going to hand it over to Scott and let you talk a little bit about the Murano.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. So, as Steve mentioned, I'm the marketing manager for Murano, so I'm going to spend probably most of my time talking about the Murano. It's obviously our newest vehicle to market. Model year 15 is when the new one came out. Before because I could spend all night on that. I know we've got some other things. You know, what we have here is our collection of crossover models, crossover SUVs. Probably the most growth that we've seen in the industry is with the crossovers. If you're going to be a legitimate player, you have to have some good product out there. And I think what you'll see as you go through, take a closer look, take these for a test drive, the thing that really pops out, I think, with Nissan's crossovers is the design. That's the first thing that really pops out. And that culminates certainly in the Murano, but you see those style elements in some of these other models as well. Fuel efficiency is another thing that we really focus on. That's been a hallmark of Nissan. And then comfort as well. So, you know, in terms of order, I guess, I'll start with the Juke in the back there. You know, you talk about a quirky vehicle with really interesting styling. Obviously, we hit a home run with the Juke. Kind of defined a small segment there of small specialty vehicles. All-wheel drive element there, but room for 4 folks, and then obviously some passenger room in the back. The unit that we have here is the Nismo, so that's a 6-speed automatic, 6-speed manual with the turbocharged engine. So talk about a great car to drive, a lot of fun to drive. Next to that one, of course, we have the Pathfinder. Pathfinder came out all new in model year 13. So model year 13 was the first year we went from truck base, which is what that segment usually was. It's the truck base, kind of heavier vehicles with a pretty big focus on hauling capability. We changed that into a crossover, so a much smoother ride, but still keeps you the opportunity to haul up to 5,000 pounds. So V6 engine, great model there for us. And then And the next model that we came out with was the Rogue. This came out all new in model year 14, where we refreshed. This plays in the compact SUV segment. That's the fastest growing segment out there in the automotive world. So it's been great to have a refreshed model come out, arguably at the right time. You know, from who buys this or who is this vehicle designed for? This is going to be a young family. So these are folks that want to go from a car into an SUV. They've got a couple kids, perfect people hauler there. I missed it, but with the Pathfinder, you know, that's going to be somebody who's focused more on maybe a slightly bigger family, but they've got home capabilities. And then I'll swing over here to the Murano. So the Murano, as I mentioned before, this came out all new model year 15. We just introduced this in December. It's been a long road. I'm very excited to see this thing come to market because I saw it even before you folks saw it in New York back in April. I couldn't wait to bring this thing to market. The thing that really pops out, I think, is visual. So the design element is the thing that we really focused on. It starts in the front. We've got what we call the V-Motion grille. You'll see that style element come out through the rest of the Nissan lineup. Followed by the boomerang headlamps with LED signature lights, another stylistic element for Nissan. As you flow in the back here, you see the sharp crease line. Not so fun for our stamping friends in manufacturing, but great from a design perspective. It really stands out. The other thing that stands out too is what we call the floating roof element. So you've got the roof that seems to kind of hover up here, and then you know, we've got the rest of the body down here. This is what we call the floating roof element. And then as we round it into the back, you know, the other thing that I'll point out here is the styling element on the rear tail lamps. I normally wouldn't talk about tail lamps that much. Who cares? But in this case, if you look, they integrated into the design, the fact that they're LED tail lamps, so they're very bright, just a nice high-end type feature, I think really stands out. Overall, from an exterior perspective, this has a coefficient of drag of 0.31. What does that mean? A couple things. First of all, it's equal to a Porsche 911, so it has that sporty element to it. From a driving situation, you know, where that really pops out, in my opinion, as I've driven this vehicle, is when you're driving on the highway and you're in high wind situations, or maybe you're driving past like a big semi. Sorry, thank you. You know, normally in a vehicle of this size, you'll get a little bit of wind buffeting. Or maybe it's you got to hold on to the steering wheel a little bit more. When you have this much coefficient of drag, when it's that low and sleek, you have no wind buffeting. So it really makes a dramatic difference from an exterior perspective. Now, interior, the other hallmark of Nissan, and the hallmark in particular with the Murano, is going to be the interior and the social atmosphere. And what we mean by that is, if you look at IP that's there, the IP has what we call a seagull flow to it. So instead of being kind of flat surfaces, you see kind of a curvature as it wraps around from the door and then into the center stack there. The center stack then has you know, you can go one of two ways. You can go real heavy with technology, lots of buttons that look kind of cool, but maybe not quite as intuitive to use. The hallmark here with Muranos, we want to strike that nice balance between lots of technology, but intuitive to use. Very easy to get used to and adapt.